Welcome back to the Epicurean Smokes coverage of the Premium Cigar Association Trade Show 2025. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Steven here from Epicurean Smokes. Today we're with Laurel from AJ Fernandez. Thanks for being here with me.
Of course, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much. So we're at PCA 2025. We're looking at the AJ Fernandez booth behind us. We've got a lot of really beautiful displays, a lot of new releases to discuss. What are we looking at today for new releases?
Well, we have three that we're really talking about at the show. So we're standing in front of the Enclave Ladio. Seems appropriate to start with that then, right? So it's a unique collaboration for us because if you're not familiar with Eladio Diaz, he's formerly with Davidoff.
Right.
So him and AJ are very close, and it's really different from, I think, what people would expect, not only from the AJ Fernandez brand, but also Enclave. So whereas we're typically a heavier Nicaraguan company, this is actually using Eladio's tobacco, which is going to be predominantly Dominican, and coming out of his factory, and he worked with AJ on the blend. So it is a Corojo 99 wrapper. So you get that like really nice earthiness that you'd expect from Corojo, 100% Dominican filler. So it was just a nice medium-bodied kind of everyday smoke. And again, very different for, I think, what consumers are used to from us. So it's been really interesting. Like the first time I smoked, I'm like, okay, all right, this is different, but I'm on board, you know?
Okay, nice.
So 3 different sizes, Robusto, Toro, Gordo. And we did a soft launch on it about a month and a half ago or so, but we're really featuring it in a bigger way here.
Very nice.
But yeah, it's been good for us. And then we have the Goat, so that is also a collaboration. So AJ and a gentleman by the name of Jeff Nasser, they've been friends for a long time with their friend Greg, who they've all been involved in like the tobacco wholesale business, and so Jeff and AJ worked on the blend together, and Jeff wanted to honor AJ as like the greatest of all time, so hence the Goat. So it's San Andrean wrapper, hybrid Nicaraguan tobaccos for the fillers, and it's been really successful for us, and it's cool because we've been selling it for about 8-9 months, but this is the first time I've ever gotten to meet Jeff and Greg, and they're just like such lovely people. Like it just makes you like want to sell more of it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's been a very consistent blend for us. So originally it just came in a Toro, but we recently released a Robusto and a Gordo. So that's going to be in like the $15 to $16 price point, and be kind of in that medium plus strength range.
Okay, very nice.
And then our big release is going to be the New World Decenio. So if people are familiar with the AJ Fernandez portfolio line, New World really is like our seminal product.
Yeah.
So it's typically what people associate with the AJ line itself. So New World is celebrating its 10th anniversary, and we wanted to do something in a bigger way. So Decenio comes in 3 sizes. Again, Robusto, Toro, Gordo, kind of your standards. Yeah. It's going to be $12 to $15, semi-box press. And the blend is Mexican, San Andrean. We're using a Nicaraguan binder, and then a Nicaraguan and Honduran filler. So if you're familiar with AJ's blending style with the New World line, it's got that like quintessential AJ stamp on it with its fermentation process, and you get the real distinct smoking sections. It's a lovely blend. So if you like New World, if you like AJ, we're super excited about it. And that ships in mid-May. The Enclave and the Goat are available right now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I think, another thing I'd like to touch on, these are great things to hear about. We love hearing about new releases. But, the thing that's been in the news that I'm curious about is the fire.
Yeah.
We've
Everyone's
heard about it.
Burning question.
Is everybody okay?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Anything you can share?
It was just like less than 2 weeks ago, and it's never a good time for something like that to happen. But, of course, right before the trade show, it's like, everyone is okay. They were able to salvage a lot of like raw materials and tobaccos. Unfortunately, a lot of pre-rolled cigars ready to ship perished. Yeah. But as of just yesterday, they're like 95% up to production in the temporary warehouse. Really, we're very lucky to have multiple factories and to have the support of the community. I mean, other manufacturers in Nicaragua, sending in trucks to support, and it feels like a community effort. So it's been easier to handle that way. And AJ's just a beast. I mean, that man works harder than anyone I've ever known. I mean, there's no way the industry was gonna let him like not get back up to production right away. So everyone's good. You know, really packaging was mostly affected, but yeah, you know, we're getting through.
It says a lot of that I at least my outside interpretation, it says a lot about a leadership from AJ Fernandez.
Yeah.
It says a lot about the community on the whole being so supportive and kind of fostering the rebuilding effort.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear all of that. You know, being here at a retail trade show, one of the things I like to ask is for retailers that are coming here to this beautiful giant booth.
Yeah.
What is a really important take home that you'd like to convey to retailers at the show?
So for me, when I first came on board here, I think the most like staggering thing was realizing like AJ's dedication to like detail, and you know, everyone says quality, right? Like you come to a show like this, you're not getting a bad cigar, of course, right?
Right.
You know, but he's so diligent about the product that he puts out, and if it isn't to his standards, which are high, it just, you don't see it. I mean, this was before my time here, but there was a situation with like a wrapper on something we were releasing at the show. We had the samples, we had the displays, we had everything made, and he was like, you know what, I don't feel good about this wrapper, I'm redoing everything.
Wow.
And I mean, that's not a small undertaking.
Right.
So for him to say, I don't feel 100% good about this, to me is a really great sign of just an awesome product. And like being at a company that you know what you're gonna get is just the best we can, you know, the best that can be out there, I really like. And that's what I stand behind.
That's fantastic.
So,
that's amazing.
Yeah. A lot of work though.
I imagine it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
So on the other side, to contrast the perspective from the retail world, for any consumers that are watching this, what would we like to convey to them?
Honestly, that there's something for everybody. I think people have an idea of what AJ Fernandez, like the blending style is, and people who are maybe more novice or kind of entering the category and like, oh, well, it's heavier Nicaraguan, or maybe it's a little too spicy. And there are blends that are heavier,
sure,
fuller bodied, more peppery, but we have the whole gamut, I mean, of profiles for everybody. So a lot of what I've talked to consumers about in retail stores is like, well, I don't know, like I don't want something super punchy, but we do just genuinely have something for every palate. Now, AJ doesn't put anything out that he doesn't like, that he doesn't personally want to smoke. So we don't do anything that's like crazy mellow, but like San Latano, the Connecticut, the New World Connecticut, even the Enclave Eladio, like there's something out there for your palate.
That's fantastic. That's great. Is there anything else you'd like to kind of plug? One of the questions I ask about at PCA, and it always feels kind of a little silly sometimes because we're just talking about all these great new releases.
Yeah.
But can you give us any clues about what might be coming on the horizon?
Honestly, and I'm not saying this because it's like hush hush and I can't tell you, but like this right now is like meant to make, yeah.
I love it. That's great.
And we're really trying not to like oversaturate, right? You over release, and then
it's
you're like
easy to do that.
cannibalizing yourself.
Yeah.
So trying to be more strategic about it. So like in total transparency, I got nothing for you.
Perfect. No, that makes total sense. Is there anything else you'd like to plug before we get to our final question?
I mean, really just a lot of people, I think, for our brands get stuck with like the really popular ones like New World and San Latano. I would just encourage all of you to try something from us that you haven't tried before, like Diaz de Gloria, Bellas Artes, very underrated, super good. You told me the question you were going to ask me, and I have my immediate answer when you said that, and that relates to this answer.
Perfect. Okay, I'll just ask it then. Your deserted island cigar, one cigar for the rest of your life. The Diaz de Gloria Habano.
Okay. It's just so consistent and so wonderful. It's my favorite everyday smoke. It's a Nicaraguan puro. And it just, you can smoke it in the morning, you can smoke it at night, after a meal, before a meal. Like, for me, I'm a big music person. And if I'm in like a bad mood or feeling real wishy-washy and like I just don't, like there's nothing hitting right, and you have like, you're a couple artists that you can always listen to and they put you in a good mood. Like, that's how that cigar is. Like, it doesn't matter how you're feeling, like it's always a hit.
Nice.
So it says, the Diaz de Gloria Habano, it needs love. Once people smoke it, they're like, oh my God, this cigar is amazing. But it's something I don't think people think of.
Yeah.
So I make it like a personal mission to spread the good word of Diaz Gloria.
Very nice. Good.
Yeah. What about you? What's your desert island?
Oh, that's
I know
tough.
it's a hard
That's
question.
tough. I mean, I go historic. With my because now it's an open-ended, unlimited question.
Totally.
And so for me, the if I could have a palette of the Hoyo de Monterrey Double Corona from 1999,
Sure.
That's a historic cigar.
Sure.
For me.
Yeah.
New World is fantastic.
Yeah.
But I would pick a palette of.
Listen, I get it.
those.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
just me personally. But yeah, I totally I can understand your answer because that is a very, very good cigar.
Yes.
So I appreciate that. I so appreciate you taking the time with
Of
me
course.
today.
It was
Thanks
so
so much.
nice
It was
to
a
meet
pleasure
you.
meeting
Yeah,
you.
yes, you as
Thanks. Have a
well.
good day.